Hey, what's up? I'm Richie Quake. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer, and DJ from Brooklyn, New York. I've always been really into music. Ever since I was a kid. I've been playing instruments since I'm 6 years old. And I've just always kept with it. It's always been something that's really important to me. I started on piano at 6, then trumpet at 8, then tuba, because I kind of got stuck with it in the school band by volunteering idiotically. Ended up playing tuba for 3 years, then guitar, and then I started writing songs like around my junior year of high school, and then I went to music school. So it's been a lot of music endeavors. I'm using a HSS Performer Stratocaster. I got it recently because I just really wanted that kind of classic, springy 80s sound that can only come from a Strat. So had to get it. I'd say my sound it's very songwriting heavy. I really focus on songwriting. Some people describe it as retro. I guess it has that nostalgic retro factor to it because I take a lot of influence from the 80s, new wave kind of stuff like that. But I think really at my core it's pop songwriting because I love just well-structured songs that have catchy hooks and catchy melodies.
Have nothing in my head, nothing there at all.
So the first song I played today was Nothing in My Head. That's a song that I recorded a little while ago. It was just about being overwhelmed with life and wanting to silence all the noise that was happening in my head. Hence the wish I could have nothing in my head, nothing there at all. I messed around with the drum loop first. I was just building this drum loop, started messing around with the bass, and then melodies kind of came to me and it just kind of rolled out from there.
But then the weight comes and crystal eyes are gone.
Wait's a new song. It's really just about dealing with the consequences of being a little bit reckless in your personal life, just kind of letting loose and having a little too much fun, and then the weight of the consequences kind of coming in and getting you. That one started out with the guitar riff, I think. I was just messing around with the chords. I usually will just sit in my studio and start with something simple and then just build the track around it. And lyrics almost always come last. A lot of times it's just a riff or a drum pattern or a bass line, and then I'll just keep building from there.
Don't listen to your lonely heart, 'cause you fall in love and it's never enough. Don't listen to your lonely heart.
Lonely Heart, it's also a new one. That one is about a bad breakup that I went through and kind of kicking myself for falling in love and feeling like I was stupid for listening to my lonely heart. I had my friend record some bass on it, and then I remade the bass with a synth. I wrote the bridge after I wrote everything, and I kind of wanted to do something where I was not really modulating, but borrowing some chords from another key, because I was listening to a lot of music that had a lot of modulations in it, and I wanted to try it. So it was more like a puzzle. The whole thing was kind of an experiment,
So today we're shooting at a third-story loft here in Chelsea, not too far from my office in New York City, Manhattan. Just looking at the space visually, it's a long shoebox, so it has a lot of opportunities for capturing the natural reverb. I tried to take advantage of that by just setting up an easy Zoom H6 recorder, just in a 120-degree stereo pattern, just to catch some of the ambience. We're going to see exactly how successful that was. One of the main challenges is in this space, being right off of 7th and 8th Avenues, having all that street noise. So we're going to see in post-production exactly how much that's going to give me. But I know that nonetheless, I can use the clapper that I'm going to get on that room microphone to create a stereo impulse response in Altiverb. And hopefully, if I can't actually use the room microphone, I'll be able to really recreate the natural reverb of the space in post. So the microphone setup that we use today is very similar for what we've done in the past for artists like Raquel Lilly, where we had 2 Neumann TLM 103 microphones, 1 for vocals and 1 for guitar. This is a very classic, open and natural sounding microphone that's going to give us a really accurate representation of what we're capturing, give us a lot of possibilities in post. The Neumann TLM 103 is of course the same capsule as the legendary Neumann U87, except in a smaller body. So I'll be doing all my post-production mixing in Pro Tools Ultimate. I don't use a whole lot of processing on these kind of things. I start off with the very basic tools, EQ, compression. From there, I listen to what we've got and see what we need. We've got a pretty close microphone source for the vocal, so we're going to be able to have a lot of opportunities with our reverb.
Again, I might seem jaded by so many heartbreaks in my time. The lies they've told, and I'm
You can find my music anywhere that you look, streaming services, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Tidal, all of that. Anywhere you want, just type in my name, Richie Quake, and I'll be there for you.